Hello, Kulas. Welcome back to Viva Basa, and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on some interesting updates. We start with this report claiming that Barcelona initiate contracts to renew four pillars of the team whose contracts expire in 2026. We are going to be discussing on those four players as we progress. Secondly, talking about Ilkay Gundogan as the Barcelona midfielder is reportedly keen to play for Galatasaray in the future. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Even though Barcelona sporting director Deco recently insisted that the club will not be completing any contract renewals this year, they have begun to lay down the groundwork to extend the deals of some of the key players in the near future. Indeed, as per Marca, Barcelona have initiated contracts or contacts with the agents of four key pillars of the team, namely Pedri, Gavi, Ronald Araujo, and Frankie de Jong, to begin talks over new contracts with their current ones expiring in 2026. Of course, Barcelona already have taken steps to shield the long-term future of what they consider to be the core of their team for years to come. As such, young stars Lamine Yamal, Fermin Lopez, and Alejandro Balde have already been tied down to new long-term deals by Barcelona, while captain Marc-Andre ter Stegen has also penned a brand new contract until 2028. So the next step in this process is to renew the contracts of the aforementioned quartet of Pedri, Gavi, Araujo, and De Jong, who are key players in the team and have their current deals expiring in 2024. Given the financial fair play situation, the contract extensions will be finalized and enforced in the 2024-25 season only, but Barca have begun their initial talks to reach agreements with all four players, each of Gavi, Pedri, Araujo, and De Jong are integral players for Barcelona for the present and the future as well. So it does not come as a surprise that the club wants to tie them down to new long-term contracts. Gavi, an irreplaceable member of the team for both Barca and Spain, signed a new deal last year but encountered registration issues and is still enrolled as a first-team player only due to a precautionary measure issued by the court. Barcelona wish to not only take care of that matter, but also initiate talks over a new deal for the La Masia graduates. Araujo had signed a new deal in April last year and also encountered registration problems. Now among the club captains, he is deserving of an improved deal. The Young's issue could be a bit tricky as per the report, as the Dutchman has not forgotten Barca's attempts to sell him last year, and so he is in no hurry to sign a new contract. But Deco has already spoken with him and wants a start with a clean slate, and the high level that De Jong is offering forces Barca to make an effort to renew his contract so that he does not leave. The same holds for Pedri, who is a key cog in the midfield and is seen as the face of this Barcelona team for years to come. Of course, that only if he's not injury riddled like what we have seen. In the last 2 or 3 years, Pedri has been down injured. Of course, these four players that we have been talking about in this report are four of the key players, or let me say, one of the most important players we have, and all from three of them from La Masia. Let's not forget, Pedri is not a La Masia player. Most people always confuse that notion. Of course, Barcelona want to tie down these players for a long term. Of course, Barca are in a transitional phase, preparing the young stars to become the pillar of this team. Because if we look at it critically, Barca have one of the youngest teams in Europe. And of course, all we all know is due to the fact that the club has been going through a lot of financial turmoil, not like to sign players have been so difficult. And of course, Barca have been forced to rely more on their academic graduates. And I think that's even a good thing, something that Barca had abandoned for some time when the club had so much money pre-COVID, when the money was there, signed Coutinho, Dembele, Griezmann with some kind of crazy amounts. And I think that point we saw La Masia not even showing any importance for a club that have a lot of legends that left La Masia, and it was what looked like a forgotten academy until when Laporta came into the mix. And we can't just say all 100% praise to Xavi and Laporta for that. But of course, one thing that pushed the club to go against their former philosophy of recruiting a lot of players from academy was all because of the financial turmoil. Then on to the next story of discussion. Turkish journalist Bohan Kantazi has claimed that Barcelona midfielder İlkay Gundogan dreams of playing for Galatasaray before calling time on his career. For that, the reporter adds that representatives from the Turkish team actually met with Gundogan in Germany a few years ago, but the excepts of the meeting are still unknown. It is believed that Gundogan is determined to conclude his football journey by donning the Galatasaray jersey, a team he has passionately supported since his early years, at least once in his career. Gundogan told his representative that he is at the end of his career and that he wants to wear the Galatasaray shirt before retiring, said the journalist. Gundogan said that he was prepared to talk to Barca about this issue. For this to happen, Galatasaray are willing to do everything in their power to bring Gundogan to Turkey, as this would be a massive coup, not just for the team, but for the fans. Of course, Gundogan has emerged as a crucial figure at Barca, having departed Man City to spearhead the Blaugrana project under the guidance of Xavi on the sidelines. Despite facing both triumph and challenges, Gundogan's critics consistently aim at enhancing the team's performances. His teammates acknowledge that owing to his extensive professional background, he serves as a role model for the younger players. Upon joining Barcelona, Gundogan was fully aware of the responsibilities he would bear and the duration of which he would carry the team's burden. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.